Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I decided I would do an unboxing because I got a package in the mail from Josie's place. So I decided to come on and share it with you guys. I've had horrible problems with YouTube when I went on my new channel, which I will drop the link in the chat. It said I had to wait 24 hours before I could put a video on it. So there's that. But anyway, the page is already completed, and this coming next Tuesday will be when that first video um, is made, and it's entitled The Power of Forgiveness. So, like I said, the channel is already made up. I did it this morning. I need to do a something that goes in the background, and I've yet to find anything yet, but I will. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day out there. And don't forget to, before you come in the chat, please hit the thumbs up for me. Share this video and subscribe. I did check my channel and I do have 6 subscribers already, which I'm so glad. I put the word out on my community page on my other channel, so that everyone would know, because I specifically had in mind to do a trailer on that, a video, an introductory video, but it tells me I have 24 hours before I can do that. But anyway, YouTube don't even work on my present channel, so imagine that. Hi, Brian. Welcome in. I was just saying, Brian, my you probably already know it because it was on my community page. The new channel is all set up. I was going to do an introduction on there of what the channel was about, and YouTube told me I had 24 hours before I could do that. So I tried using YouTube again, a big major fail, so I won't do it anymore. I'm over it. So if I have to come on StreamYard, that's what it's going to be. And hello, Laura. Thank you. That's actually, that's paparazzi is what that is. So I wanted you guys to know that next Tuesday will be the very first video on my new channel. Like I said, I wanted to go on and do an introductory of what it's all about, but I couldn't do it. So I have to, I don't know where this stuff was coming from on YouTube, but it's getting on my last nerve. But anyway, it's already set up and it's all good. So, yes, Brian, I thought, I'm the type of person that's like this. I'm like a person like there's no time like the present. So you get in there and just do it. And I wanted so much to do an introductory video on that, and I could not do it. All right, Laura, yay! Because I wanted to go ahead, in this YouTube thing, you got to be smart. You got to know, I knew the community is an outreach, so I put the link to that channel on there. Like I said, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So this time I'm more knowledgeable about YouTube, and I know what to do to get the word out there. And the thing of it is, if I come into someone's chat under that new channel, I'm going to have to subscribe to them again, because that's just the way it works. But anyway, I was in It's Me Angie's chat. Thank you, Miss Laura. Awesome, awesome. And she was having a birthday today, and I dropped in, and it was really fun. So, hey, a video is a video, no matter what avenue you have to use to do it. You know what I mean? And I just go in there, and if I can't get it one way, I'm going to get it the other. I'm just that type personality. Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. And I'm really excited about it. And as soon as YouTube says I've got 24 hours before I can do it, I will do a introduction video on there because that really puts the word out there. And like the saying goes, you don't get anything with your mouth shut, is what I always heard. But anyway, thank you so much. Here we have a package. There's the bottom, there's the side. Of course, we never show the address. And yes, it is one of my notorious jewelry lots. I bought me a new tool that almost looks like a prison shank, but it's not. But it was only 99 cents, and I can't have enough of them because I'm always misplacing them. But yeah, it's got that. That's a fancy one. It kind of reminds me of something you'd see in prison, but what can I say? We're going to go ahead and open this. As you all know, I love jewelry lots. I can't pass them up. I'm so guilty. You know, hey, if I'm guilty of something, I'm going to admit it. You know, nothing facetious about me. Of course, she's got it in another thing, and this thing's really sharp. And Josie always puts her jewelry lots and her jewelry in such beautiful, usable boxes. And I just can't wait for that big day when I go on my other channel. It's going to be fun, y'all, and we're all going to learn together. Like I said, I don't have no minister's license, but I can read. So this is the box that it's in, a nice big one, nicely taped. So we're going to get right into this. You know how we get when we get a jewelry lot. You know, they do show some of what's in it, but I did get some additional items as well. I just couldn't help it. What can I say? But this is a very nice box. I'm going to be very careful with it. She puts her things in such nice boxes. I really enjoy her, the way she does things. But that's our Josie. And Josie, I sent her e-gift card via email, and I checked with her, and she did get it. So that's the safe way to send something these days, because I'm not paranoid. I'm just aware, just saying. So, as you can see, everything is very nicely organized, which that is quite typical of Josie, and that we know she's like that. So, first up, we have this statement necklace, and wow, it is beautiful. Check that out. Look at what a chain on that. Isn't that beautiful? Big old lobster claw. So that is really pretty. I kind of like statement necklaces as well. Every rhinestone is there and accounted for. Very beautiful. Here's the back of it. There is no wear on it. Josie will not sell something that has wear on it. She will not do it. So then we'll go to the next layer. I never know what. Oh, I got this beautiful watch too. Thank you, Brian and Laura. Thank you so much. Let me get this wild. I'm like with measuring tapes and these, I put one down and my mind goes blank or something because I never find it. I have to, then one day I'll find it, and oh boy, look at this one. Let's see, it's not a marked watch. It says B Sister BS, and look at the bling on that. Isn't that gorgeous? Excellent condition, because that's what Josie always sends. Let's see, that's going to fit just perfectly. Isn't that beautiful? I don't have very many gold tone watches, but that is really beautiful. She put a battery in it. It's ready to go. Happy birthday, Laura. Laura, is it your birthday? I said, surely I didn't miss on that, but that is very beautiful. I'm a watch person. I love watches. The fancier, the better. Nope, no birthday yet. When is your birthday, Laura? Alrighty, then we have this bag right here. So I'm going to set this off to the side. And here, the first thing coming out, we have a nice, this is a small bracelet. It's not marked or anything. It is in pristine condition. It's for, well, my wrist is relatively small and it fits me just fine. Let me move that over. It's got your little rhinestones on the end of it. One of those little, I got her mixed up with someone else. Oh, okay. I know it's me, Angie's birthday. And there's, hi, Gigs. Welcome in, sweetheart. Thank you. I've got another blouse like this, but it's yellow. And only God knows where it is because I can't find it. But yeah, everything that Josie sells is always in pristine condition. Good to see you, Gigs. Welcome in, hon. So next up we have, this one has a B and a B on it. And these are faux pearls because, and I think they're glass because they're heavy. Because if you had a pearl that big, boy, that would be a lot of money. But it does have a hang tag and it is marked BB. So it's kind of like a gold tone. There's your tag right there. I can get it to quit quivering right there. There's your hang tag right there. And Gigs, I have started a new channel. And I was going to do a introductory video, but YouTube told me that I had to wait for 24 hours. So I do have another channel, and Laura has dropped that in the chat. Thank you very much, Laura. I appreciate that. And all right, Gigs, yay! We're going to have, it's going to be a very enlightening channel. I would call it an outreach channel, which is what it is. And we're just all going to learn together about the Bible. And you guys may teach me something because I don't know everything about it. But it's going to be so much fun, and we're going to have different topics. Hey, Geneva, welcome in, sweetheart. We're going to have different topics, and I would like to sometimes invite guests up on the panel because, you know, it says in the Bible that we should all be a witness. So I know, you know, I would love to have people come on and tell about their journey, about how they, you know, sometimes people have to hit rock bottom before they realize who's in charge. And, you know, I would like them to testify like what their life was and what was the breaking moment where they knew that God was in charge. And to tell about the journey, not to find out about people's business, because that's not what this channel is about. We, you know, the most important thing in the Bible, not only that we love one another, but that we be a witness. And someone else witnessing may be the thing that draws someone closer to Christ. You know, that's why they put Bibles in hotel rooms, because a lot of times, you know, people, they're down and they just, you know, and they need that extra lift. Now, moving on, I'll quit squawking for just a second here. So here we have a beautiful, and I think some of these are stone. Here's a beautiful, look at that big, and it is marked, and it is a cookie leaf. Look at that humongous lobster claw. And I believe those right there, I don't think they look like rose quartz to me because they do have that pink. They are cold, and I think they're beyond, let me turn on this Presidium. But it's so good to see everybody. I'm excited about that new channel, and it's just, I don't know, I just feel like that I have something to give, and I would like to influence people in a positive manner because there's enough ugliness out in the world. Now, y'all got to admit, it's not no cakewalk out there. So it's just so good to have those positive reinforcements because, hey, we need one another. You know, we really do. And my battery's down. But anyway, that's not it. This looks like rose quartz because it does have that rose quartz or quartz because it does have a degree of pink. I would say it's quartz, a white quartz. It's in excellent condition. It is a longer necklace, very nice layering necklace, silver toned, and just a really pretty necklace. Then we have these crackle type beads right here where that is crackled, which is very, yes, Gates, I really feel that way that I look at that channel as an outreach because there are so many people going through so many things in this life and they feel lost. They feel like no one cares and they question whether or not God's really there, but He is there. You know, He's just a prayer away. You know, when you get to feeling like that, open up your Bible and start reading, and He will help you, you know, and He wants you to talk about the things that are bothering you, and He wants you to bring it to Him because He is the one that can help you the most. You know, you can talk to people, and He does work through other people as well. Here we have another marked beauty. I love these marked ones. Okay, this is looks like a Charming Charlie. That's what it looks like to me. And it has a lobster claw, a very generous extender. I don't know why, because look how long it is. It's very long. It is a good layering piece. A lot of times in auctions, a good point of sale is when people put things together and show people how to, because a lot of people are not savvy on that. And just put necklaces together, see how well that goes together, and just help them because not everyone, I've had people to tell me, I'm going to take you shopping with me because you know how to get the bargains and how to put it together. So isn't that beautiful statement? Very perfect. Still in that. As a matter of fact, I do see some purplish pink in that, but that would be such a beautiful thing. And it's called suggestive selling. I used to do that myself. You know, I worked for the Cracker Barrel and they called me the Vanna White of Cracker Barrel because of the way I presented things. I just kind of smiled and said, okay. So looks like we have an earring. But I did, when I worked for Cracker Barrel, I did apply for a trainer's position. And here's how that works. They already know who's going to get it, but they'll take people to apply for it. They know who's going to get it. They know that. And they didn't want me in there because I'd make them work. You know, they wouldn't, I'd say, hey, we got this problem. And they're sitting back in the office goofing off. They didn't want me because I was far too direct for them. They knew that I always stood for the right thing and I never compromised on that. And that, my friends, people will not like you for that, but do I care? I'm going to tell the truth no matter what. If somebody has a problem with it, I'm sorry, you know. Here we have a gunmetal with a nice extender, lobster claw. We have some glass beads in here that are pretty neat. A lot of seed beads. Hey, Sissy Michelle. Good to see you. Yeah, I came into, of course, I had to wait the 5 minutes before I could come in because of the subscribers mode. And Sissy Michelle didn't know who I was. And she said, being sneaky on us. But now she knows why. And look at that bead. Isn't that amazing? Got that blue in it, multi-layered, twisted. And a lot of people, I like the end caps on those. Those are really neat, the end caps. And just a real one of those necklace that goes with everything. It's got multiple, here's another glass bead in there. Just a really neat, black goes with everything. We all know that. Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. Laura is very helpful and I appreciate you. So, of course, next up we have this. It looks like a Pandora, but it is not a Pandora, not to my knowledge. Usually your Pandoras have a hinge on them, and I'm not seeing it. But here we have some glass beads, and somebody liked elephants. And when I first looked at this one, it looked like a fish or something like a goldfish, but I don't think that's a goldfish. And then you have some hearts on there. Then you have your lobster claw. Let's see if we have a mark on that. No, we don't, but it is nice. It has a heart on it, y'all, but it's not Brighton, I guarantee you. That's one of Brighton's marks is the heart, but it's not Brighton. But still, it's very lovely. Someone really enjoyed their elephants, as you can see right there. Moving on. I just love a jewelry lot. I am so guilty, you guys. Let's see. Here's another. This is a shorter necklace with a lobster claw right there in excellent condition. And you have all these glass beads. Of course, you could add an extender right there if you wanted to. But how beautiful is that? It's got your greens and your blacks. Just a real pretty necklace in really good shape. And there's that one. I'm going to have to get a sip of my ice water. It's hot up here. We're going to have to come up with some other solution. Man, the sun hasn't been out, but it must be humid out there. So moving on. I hope everyone's having a good day. So next up, these are glass and they are cold. They are not knotted in between, but they are glass. But look at that clasp on that. It's not marked silver. I desperately need to get on Amazon and get a silver testing kit. And there's Jason. Welcome in, sweetie. Jason, I have my new channel because I'm working my rear end off. Okay, Jason, we know that he works hard and he just bounces. He's got a lot of energy. I'll have to give him that. But I do have another channel, Jason, and I completed that today. I was going to do a trailer on there, but it wouldn't let me do it. It told me I had 24 hours. Going to do a video. Sitting with my mom, going to do a video. All right, so we can look forward to another video. You guys, if I didn't know better, I would think that was silver. Hang on, let me pop this. I don't see any markings, but it has that antique-ish look to it. I'm not for sure. I got to get me a kit because Amazon, I've got Amazon Prime, and they deliver really fast. Yeah, summer. I love winter and spring the best. I know it. It's hot up in here. So next up, we have this other lovely necklace that is glass. Once I get it unworked it out here. And this one's pretty. And it's glasseted, kind of purplish glass right there. You have that lobster claw closure with the extra extension there. Oh, Jason is so sweet. I'm avoiding grown-up chores. Me too, but you got to clean it up sooner or later. You're going to fall over it like I do sometimes. It's a very nice one. It's heavy. That is glass, and it's got kind of a purplish cast to it. You ought to see my room. It looks like the Poseidon Adventure. It'd be an adventure just to get through there. But I'm just the type of person I've got clothes like you wouldn't believe. Let's see. Here we have, this is a necklace as well. Clean as a pin, lobster claw. Yeah, the square glass was really nice. And you have little stones. See that bezel set right there, the third one down? That's really amazing right there. And those are bezel set. Sissy Michelle says, I'm trying to be sneaky. I guess all of us females are sneaky at one time in our life. What can we say? And then we have this. Let me see if it's marked. It is marked. It's a little Avon. This is an Avon little brooch right here, Christmas. It does have your little stick pin deal in the back, and that is Avon. I know a lot of people like brooches. The enamel is perfect on it, not for sure of the year. And moving on, next up oh my goodness. What do we have here? Wow. This appears to be an older necklace. I don't know what's wrong with my Presidium here. I know I didn't leave it on, but the batteries have run down. Wah, wah, wah. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Then you have, I think it's old because you have that foiled look to that one right there. I think that's acrylic. You know, y'all, these could be something real. And my Presidium needs batteries or charged one. It's cold. Let me see. Click, click, click. That is glass. But that is also another beautiful long necklace. And it is marked Premier Designs. So I can safely say that Premier Designs did not use any real stones. But however, that is a nice one as well. Very long, silver toned, in great shape. Whoops. Y'all, I'm here really small here. Let me get back up here. Let's see, what's this? Let me press that escape. All right. I hit something. Okay, let me expand the screen. Okay. I am learning, y'all. I don't know what happened, but at least I made it out alive. But anyway, you also have that right there. Premier Designs was high dollar. I know because I used to sell it. Seemed like a lifetime ago, but they went out of business in December of 2020, probably because you know, you have all your online auctions, and that really took off because a lot of people couldn't go anywhere. So they went out of business. They just couldn't compete anymore. This is a bracelet, like an origami type bracelet. It is marked Vera Pell, Pelle. There's the back of it. It's in good shape. I don't think that's genuine leather or would be marked as such. So looking right here, there is an additional mark. Stainless steel. The metal is stainless steel. It states that right there on the back. But now I can go on YouTube and I don't have the jitters being so nervous. But you know, back when you first get started, you're nervous, and I don't know why, because they can't fire you unless you do something wrong, YouTube or whatever. Then we have this next one. This is like enamel with rhinestones on it right there. There's the back of it. Cords are not my favorite thing, but it's in pretty good shape. It does have a generous extender on it. right there. And there's that one. Touch the red button. Yeah, that's what, nephew Troy. Stay away from that red button. That red button will get you. Okay, let me separate this. There's an earring that's pretty cool. Let me get it. Oh, wow, that looks like Melliflore right there. But I know the mate's probably in there. This one is another marked one, and this is Premier Designs. Back in the day, this was their competitor, was Leah Sophia, and it's an extra long one. You've got bezel set stones in it. As for example, right there, it's very long. So there's a lot of long in here. And that is a, guess what, Sissy Gina? What, Sissy Michelle? I can't guess. Guess, what are we guessing? And that's another long, nice layering piece right there. Very nice. Bezel set stones. Usually your bezel set stones and your prong set stones are a lot better than, okay, here, since I got these, that looks like Melliflore. And I probably said it wrong. But it looks like, I'll show it to you guys. It looks an awful lot like it. Hey, my Sal, welcome in. Thank you for coming in. Look at the flowers inside that. I don't think that's Melliflore, and I probably said it wrong. And it is a simple, like a teardrop, but it does have really neat beads on it. But that bead right there, I thought it was the Melliflore, but it's not. Those flowers are on a piece of something on the inside. We have a matching pair, and there's that. Michelle, you're excited. We can't stand the suspense. Tell us what's going on. There's two things that always prompts people to ask this question. It's when someone's excited or when they're laughing. We all want to know. But we have here, this is boho-ish. Right there, silver. Look up. Okay. Then we have these little, like I said, a cord's not my favorite thing, but it is black. So, and there's your C-clasp closure right there. It is a long necklace. Sometimes when you get a cord or a ribbon, it gets real nasty. Hey, Paul, welcome in. We're in StreamYard again. Because I didn't, I went to try to do one on YouTube, and you're better off just skipping that because you kind of don't get anywhere. But there's that one. And next up, we have a stretchy AB coated stone, black stretchy. See the AB coating on that? And it has that drawstring where you can adjust it to any size that you would like. Let me pull that string. And it is AB coated. A lot of people like this. And next, we have this brooch. It's not marked, but it is an older brooch. And the reason why I say that, but see that bracket on the back? That is one indicator of an older brooch. The second one is when the pin goes beyond the little fold over there. But this is old, I can tell, because they don't make clasps like this anymore. This one is in that V formation, and that is an indicator of an older brooch. So next up, there's that other earring to that heart. Next up, we have, let's see what this is. Let's see if we have a marked, yeah, it's marked. Let's see what we have. We have a Chico's, and it's all these circles, and all this attached together. It does. Here's the lobster claw. It's in real good shape, but it is a Chico's. You have 3 different. I did it again. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Let me get rid of this. Oh my gosh. How do you get rid of that? Here, let me. Increase the screen, and boom. What is happening, y'all? I'm hitting this mouse pad, so I'm going to back it up because it's causing all kinds of stuff. Okay, Gigs, thank you for coming in. What I did, Paul, is this necklace hit this little square thing and shot me out. But anyway, this is a Chico's. I got to stay away from that mouse pad on this thing. That's what caused all that mess. So, well, at least I got back in. So, next up we have, this one's different. And it is marked. Thanks, Sissy Michelle. I was AWOL for a few seconds there. Because my that necklace hit that mouse pad and shot me right out. This one is grab your magnifier. This one is a J. Crew. It's an older J. Crew. But it's a J. Crew. I thought I recognized that little round thing, but it is a J. Crew. And it's an older one. I've never seen one like this. Then you have that tortoise shell look. And this is not glass, it's acrylic. And there that is right there. But that is a J. Crew, and that's an older J. Crew, I believe. I may have to shoot a Google search on that bad boy because that's an old one. I have never seen anything quite like that. You know, that just goes to show that nobody's perfect, and certainly not me. Perfection's on the other side. This one's not marked, but I think these are glass. This is black. It does have a lobster claw closure, a little ball on the bottom, and these are black glass beads. Like I said, it's a short one, but it can be extended with the extender right there. There's that one. Well, y'all, you know you're learning when you can get back in and not panic. This is a heavy ring. It is an adjustable ring, but I don't believe those are real marcasite, but there you go. I don't think they'd put real marcasite on a ring that has an adjustable thing, but we never know. I don't see any markings on it. And one good thing about adjustable ring, you can have Den's having an option at 6. Okay, let me see how big. You know, when we're females and it gets hot outside, we kind of, but it is pretty though. But I very doubt very seriously if those are marcasite. I don't think they would put that in there. So, next up, let me separate all these earrings. There's the mate to that one. There's the mate to that one. Hey, that's got it. No, that's just a hammered effect. And then there's that one. And let's see what we have here. This one is on cord. We have faceted glass, though. It's not, yes, it is marked. It's a Leah Sophia. So there's that one. It's kind of boho-like, and it is on a brown cord. It is a Leah Sophia. It's marked right here in the back. Right there. You probably can't see it. It's hard to see it. Who in the heck is Den's? I don't know. You got me. So there's that. And then we have this last necklace. A lot of these necklaces were marked, you guys, and people do like the fact when things are marked. And then we have this silver tone chain with this nice little round faux stone. And they're green, but the chain's rather nice. It's not silver. Not that I can tell. Nope. But it's in real good shape. It's like that. Looks like this. There's that one. Get another drink before I melt up here. So we do have, there's the mate to that one. Next up, we have another one that looks like multiple seed beads. Let me get it untangled here. Boy, that fan feels wonderful. It is not marked, but it's really neat. It's like seed beads accompanied with this silver. It's kind of like they are metal. And there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 levels. And there's that one. Kind of a little bit different from your normal seed bead necklace. It does have a lobster claw with a generous extender. Sometimes they make these necklaces so little, they're assuming that everyone has small necks. I know it. I had this made. There's people that we go and get our bedding plants and flowers from, and she makes these, and they keep, especially something that's got ice in it, it keeps it cold forever. And she makes these, makes the labels, and she adheres them to the cup. And that one's mine. But isn't it pretty? I knew she spotted that. And next up, we have another necklace that is not marked, but it does have an extender with a lobster claw, and it does have not marked, but it then has that dangling from it, kind of a simple, and black goes with everything. And this is a paparazzi with the matching earrings, and it shocks me because usually paparazzi don't make really, really large earrings, but these are decent size. And I asked the distributor why they did that, and they said, so you'll buy a larger pair of earrings. It's that psychological effect. Then we have this really pretty, this is, I believe that's glass, and it has a mother of pearl iridescence to it. They are not marked, but here is this pair here, silver toned, French hook, not silver. There's that. And then we have this little pair of hearts that's really cute. Right there with the hammered middle right there. That's kind of, everyone loves a heart. And then we have, let's see if this is acrylic or glass. I think these are acrylic. They're peach. They are post back. Just really simple little earrings, but they are, they are a pretty color. And there's those. Man, I'm melting up here. So I don't know if Sissy Michelle saw this or not. Look at that, Sissy Michelle. You know what that is? She's thinking. There's the bottom of it. Some of you already know what it is. Hey, Deb, welcome in, sweetheart. Right. Good job, Sissy. You're right. That is amethyst. And welcome in, Deb. How's your knee? I think you said you had your knee hurt. Are you doing better? I hope you're doing better. Thank you, Paul. That is pretty awesome, isn't it? Pretty awesome. But like I said, I wanted to go the YouTube route, but there's still problems. I heard on someone else's auction that someone else was having problems, so I'm not by myself, and so they're just having problems. I don't know why. And so I was going to do a video for my new channel, and it told me I had to wait 24 hours. And I'm like, okay, because it's really important. Excuse me, my nose is running. It's really important to have that introduction video, and I've already got a live scheduled for next Tuesday. And you're in rehab, Deb. Yeah, they'll have to strengthen those muscles surrounding the injury and everything. And we'll be praying for you, Deb, because I tell you, when you're down like that and you can't get around like you used to, it's a real bummer, isn't it? So, but yeah, I do. I have channel number 2. I was scared when you said, Sister Michelle, don't see this. I thought you were going to show a butterfly. Me and Sissy Michelle love our butterflies. I just love the symbolism of it. And if everything would have worked out on YouTube, I would have been on my other channel talking. But since it don't work, you can't make a satin excuse me, a satin purse out of a sow's ear. You get a drink. But here's one of the ones that I showed in the beginning. Look at that. Lord have mercy. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that nice chain on that. I'm surprised that that's not marked, but quite the statement, might I add. Very pretty. Yes, we send healing to Deb. Also, Brian, how is your mom doing? I know that she's in rehab as well. And, those falls, when you get older, those can really make a difference, But I remember when I had a pinched nerve, thank you, I had to go to, they told me, said, you will go to rehab or you'll have to have surgery. I have degenerative discs, which a lot of people do. But they said, if you don't go and have this therapy, you're going to be underneath the knife. I said, not me. So I scheduled it right away, She is still in rehab and started therapy yesterday. Hey, Marzitas, honey, welcome in. Good to see ya. Yeah, I've got a disc back there that's really, really white, and it's called a hematoma to the surface of the vertebrae, and I'm supposed to get. I'm kind of overdue for an MRI on that because they want to watch that, but. Since when do we ever do what we're supposed to? I should. Thank you, Laura. That is my new channel. And the very first video that I'm going to do on it, if, they'll allow me to, because they told me I had to wait 24 hours. And it will be an introduction of the channel. It is I'm tongue-tied, biblically based, and we'll do a lot of scripture readings. I like to have people come up and witness to thank you, Paul, what God has done in their life, because that is a reflection to other people. And, that says this, if God changed the situation in their life, they could probably do it for everyone, So I want it to be an outreach, because that's what people really need, is an outreach to, there's people that's hurting out there and they've almost given up. That's why it's so important to give them that hope. And, it's, some people say, well, faith is, oh my gosh, Brian, you will love her channel. She's got some of the most beautiful spoon jewelry. You'll just be drooling. But I want it to be an outreach channel to people that, want to come in and share their experiences. And I think that we need more of those. But, I've thought about this for months, and it was like God was tapping me on the shoulder and saying, hey, you have something to contribute. Now get yourself on YouTube and do it, So and it just kept reoccurring in my mind about that. And normally, if something is on your mind that much, that means that you're really supposed to do it, So anyway, it was like I had this calling to make a difference in someone else's life that, may not. There's a lot of people out there that have lost confidence in the world and life in general. And we all need God. He is the creator of all human beings. And he knows you like the back of his hand. And he wants people to come to him, like it says, come to me, hey, Angie, thank you for coming. Happy birthday to, the birthday bear's coming out. Here comes the happy birthday bear. Okay, how does he work? Haven't used him in a while. And it's Angie's birthday. Happy birthday. Angie's dancing. All right. But, yeah, Angie's 29 today. Right, Angie? I wish I was 29 and knew what I knew now, right? But, like I said, there are people out there that are lost. And, like God says, come to me, he who's weak and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. 29. We'll take that, Angie. Angie is 29, just a baby. And he does. And the rest is the rest that he's offering is more than just physical rest, it's rest for your soul. And he wants us to bring our burdens to him because, it says in the Bible, bring your, and that's what he wants us to do. But to me, this is an outreach channel, and that's how it should be. Oh. But that channel, like I was telling Angie, that channel's already set up. So I go to make a introductory video, and YouTube says, well, you can't do that for 24 hours. And I'm like, shh. I said, I've got a jewelry lot, and I will go on. But that's what it's based upon, and we'll all learn together. But it's about the support of other people and the love that people really need, because a lot of people are out there that thinks no one cares and they feel alone. And there's nothing worse than the feeling of being alone, being depressed. And depression is greater now than it has been in years because of what we went through with the C word. And I'm definitely going to do my homework. I have definite plans. There are numerous subjects that can be talked about because the Bible is the book of life, and that's true. And there is not, hey, Nana, welcome in, is the book of life. And, it has there is a map in between those pages that we need to read to learn how to get to that place where there's peace, there's no crying, and everything is perfect. But yes, like I said, she's ready to go. And one thing I found out when I came in Angie's chat and I switched the channels, I had to subscribe and I had to wait for 5 minutes, but that's okay. Okay, Sissy Michelle, thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. Don't forget the thumbs up. But I had one of those notorious jewelry lots, and y'all know how I'm guilty of that, but I'd be the first to admit. But we do need more outreach things for people. And I think that's a good way to, but there will be a video coming on that other channel, Genuinely Gina, as soon as YouTube allows me to do it. And I was all excited, and I come up here and I was all ready, and then wah, 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 Thank you, Angie, because I think that here I've got this new channel, and I go to make content, and YouTube won't let me do it because I have to wait. They asked for my phone number. You have to wait, and had a countdown on it. Hey, Joyce, welcome in, hon. Good to see you, Joyce. Are you doing okay? Everything okay with you? I haven't, it's been a while since I've seen you. But like I said, I did post the link to that new channel. And I put it first on the community page. And then Laura, the sweetheart that she is dropping that link in the channel. And I would very much appreciate your subscribing to that channel. Like I said, content coming. I was so excited when I came up here, and I was like, oh boy. And then I tried it, and it was like, oh, wah, wah, wah. And I was like, man. Good, Joyce, and it's so good to see you in the chat. But it didn't happen to me neither. They come on there and they ask for your phone number, and then you get a code and you have to punch it in. Then they tell you have to wait such amount of hours before you can do a studio deal. Hey, Jessica, welcome in, sweetheart. Good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, Jessica, for sharing this out. Thank you so much. And did I miss something? Just caring. But yes, I'm really excited about it. And We will have a prayer list that will be written down by me, and then we will share that, and we'll read from the Bible, and we'll all learn together. Because I'm not saying I know it all, but I know something. And like when someone says something's this is in the Bible, read it, go to the Bible and read it for yourself. Never take anyone's word for what's in there. Read it for yourself. That's what those first couple chapters in the Bible, man, they're pretty good sized. And of course, we're going to start in the very beginning, because that's what we're going to do. And then I'll take requests on maybe things that people feel like they need to hear that particular day. And we'll do that. But it's for you guys, really. And I'll be learning right along with you. The word says for us to work out on our own salvation, right? That means, read it for yourself. Don't take my word. Go in there and read it, because that's what the Bible's for. That's why, a lot of times the Bible is read from, and people don't really understand everything. I don't think we're really supposed to, but it causes us to search even more for the answers. And that in turn shows God that we're really serious about finding it out. It's there for all of us, right? And there's the international version. Hey, Carol, welcome in. And the only difference between the two of them is that they're worded differently, but they mean the same thing. Like there's the New International Version, and the other, it's just worded different, but they mean the same thing. But like I said, Angie, are you going on vacation next week? I think I heard you say something about that, because this coming next Tuesday will be the first video on that channel. And like I was telling the chat, it's, when you first go on YouTube and you really don't know the ins of the and the outs, and you're all nervous and you're like, what if I mess up? But when you become seasoned, you go on there and say, oh, it's a video. You'll be home Sunday. Okay. Because guess what? Your name's on that video. So, and I do like to have guests come on. And I like people to participate, because that's what it's all about. I'm sure we all have our own stories of how we came to know Christ and the journey that it took to get there, because my family, the Bible and church was really never a big thing. I had to make that choice. And then Josie will be next, but here I was all fired up, ready to make that video, and something said, wah, wah, wah. But anyway, I believe that when it comes to a chance, there's no time like the present. If you're going to do it, jump in there. And like Nike says, just do it, Thank you, Brian, and I hope so. And I think people feel comfortable with me. They know me. They know that I can be feisty, but I'm also a good person with it. But, it was so weird. I guess I've been on YouTube. It was a year in December. And to think how nervous I was and how afraid my mind would go blank. And now you just go on there and it ain't nothing. It is really nothing, because I think YouTube, after you're on there for a while, it's knowing who you are, and people do get to know you. I've been in dozens and dozens of chats. Thank you, Angie, and so do you. Angie has the most awesome Southern voice. I was born in the South as well, but I love her accent. Yeah, but you have to, if you're going to talk the talk, you better walk the walk because, hey, Josie, there's the thumbnail winner. There's Josie. Yay. And as I was telling everyone, that channel is up. And Josie, I tried to do a welcome introductory video, but YouTube said I have to wait 24 hours. So I thought, I've got Josie's jewelry lot, and I'm just going to come on. Nobody's going to stop me from doing a video. Forget it. I'm over it. That's the way it is. So I just come on and share it. And that's it. This is a very nice jewelry lot. But this right here is what I really, really love. That right there. How beautiful is that? Just gorgeous. Layers of gorgeousness. And then this watch, it really looks like an expensive watch. Hey, Gina, what'd you do with it? It's one of those things, I just cleaned my desk off. You ought to saw it yesterday. Oh, here we go. Check out this watch. I think I have a larger version of something like that, but look at that bling. Excellent condition, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So not only do I get to make videos for one channel, I get to make videos for a second channel. And since the shyness has definitely worn off, as you can see, then the sky's the limit. And my car is, I think it's due to be serviced tomorrow. And the tire that was flat had broken radials in it. And we bought some tires from the Walmart service center because we get a discount because my daughter works there. And so he went back in and this is not fair. It had like a big warranty on it. Well, we don't even have those anymore, Right, Angie said, boy, that is very laughable. And so he said, we don't have those anymore. Now, why would you offer a warranty and when you know they was going to be discontinued? Timothy, I came across an interesting Bible verse, 2 Timothy 4-3, verses 4-3. It's a good one. You want to tell us what that verse is about, Carol, in the chat? Because I'm going to get my opportunity to, I'm going to read directly from the Bible. And the reason why the first subject is going to be my mind, it might be the heat up here. Something about forgiveness is because that's what, as humans, we all have problems with. The power of forgiveness. And we all have problems with that. We get our feelings hurt, we get trampled on, and the next thing we're doing is thinking about how to get even. But we can't do that because the vengeance belongs to the Lord. But it's in our nature to feel that way. We get, like the saying goes, people will forget what you do, people will forget what you say, but they'll never forget the way you made them feel. So our feelings get hurt, and a lot of times lies are told, and people want to mix they'll take the truth, a little bit of it, and mix it into a lie to the point where it's like being in a group of people, of 10 people in a circle, and you start with one tale, and by the time it gets all the way around to where it started, it's added to and then some. Because that's how people really are, sometimes. But people have their own spins on things, But I always prefer to tell the truth because, see, you only have to tell the truth one time. Because if you lie about something, you got to have an excellent memory because you have to remember what you said before. Because if you don't, you're going to get caught, and then people are going to think, well, why did she do that? But honesty is the best policy. But my car is being worked on, and since the tires were discontinued, they were expensive, and that was they were $600 3 years ago. So my husband said, put all new tires on it. And because the belts on one of them was broken, he automatically asked me what I ran over. I said, well, I didn't run over anything. I said, but if I did, I'd tell you. you know, I'm one of these kind that try to avoid all these potholes and all this stuff in the road because I know how expensive things are these days. And so it'll have new tires. They'll have to realign it because of the damage. The tie rod was just snapped in half. It wasn't bent, it was snapped. So I'm just thankful that everything's being taken care of. And that's it's one of life's things. You're going to have a flat tire sooner or later. It's just part of everything, part of life, but I felt so bad yesterday when I tried to go live and there was all these people waiting on me and I couldn't do nothing because I don't know. I don't know what YouTube's issue is, but there's definitely an issue. And I just went StreamYard because I wasn't about to, I said, these people are waiting. And I said, I got to go a different route. And I did. One thing about, you learn so much about YouTube and the ins and the outs. And sometimes the best teacher is when you make a mistake and then you realize that, you correct it yourself. And you never forget. Hopefully not. But, I've been just like one of these video monsters. I come on every time you look up. But, hey, that's what it's all about, Yeah, Nana, me too. I told him, I said, I wanted to park that where I knew it was safe with plenty of lighting. And then I called my daughter to come and sit with me. And, anymore today, when something happens to your car or whatever, hopefully you can get it to safety because people, for one thing, drive crazy and they might hit your car on the side of the road. So the number one thing is to get it to safety where, years ago, I had this experience years ago. I had a little celebrity Eurosport. And for some reason it overheated because I was in traffic or something and it was stopped and it overheated. So I had to pull off the side of the road on the expressway and it cooled off. In the meanwhile, this car stopped several car lengths behind me and I seen this man get out. And I said, oh God, let this thing start. And it did. And I hit the gas and I went on up the road. Because I had this terrible feeling about that person. And man, I hit that gas. I probably squealed the tires, but I was out of there because I just didn't. Because you're on the expressway, you don't know if you're going to get kidnapped or hit in the head or your purse stolen or worse. Failure can be one of the greatest teachers. And they always say, if first you don't succeed, try again. You just can't give up. And I'm so blessed by so many of you people that I started watching YouTube. It was a year in December plus what this month is. And I've met so many incredible people that I feel close to. And I've never met them face to face, but I feel really close to them. I just have this intuition about people and it's amazing. We're all from different states, but from YouTube, it seems like we know each other and it's so wonderful. And I feel like I'm related to all of you and my family is very far and in between. My parents are both deceased. My grandparents are gone. And I know, Nana, it's like, to look back on it, to think was that really me? And I was so scared and I was so nervous and I was this and I was that. And every time I get a chance, I come on. But my family is very limited. So I just, the best family member you can have is one that you adopt. I lost my mother when I was very young. My oldest sister passed away. My other siblings are only God knows where. And I have an adopted mother that lives 2 blocks from me. And I have an adopted brother as well. And, it's, I go in there and they treat me just like I'm part of their family. And one of these days, I'm going to go over and interview her because she's had cancer several times and she has beat it. And she has a son that was born with 2 brains and they had to separate him after he was born. And that caused some defects in his brain. And here's what they told her. They wanted to put him in a jar and put him in a medical exploration place. And she said, no. She goes, you're going to do that surgery. That is my child. Of course, they did separate the brains and it did cause certain problems. But you know what? My little brother went with a group of people into a jail and gave testimony to some female inmates at a jail. And when he was done, there wasn't a dry eye in the house. See, he is smart in a lot of ways. He can't see very well, and a lot of his mentality is limited. But when you take someone like that to go into a jail to give a testimony to people that really need it, and he is disabled, and he made people cry, how amazing is that? He'll tell you himself he loves the Lord, and he said he's going to keep being a witness until either he passes or the Lord comes back. And I just love him to death. And just like my adopted mother, she went through so much with her cancer. And I think people need to see what God does for people. She had cancer and she's a fighter, and she had one surgery and they put her in this rehab center that I wouldn't have put a dog in. You know what she told him? She goes, I'm out of here. And she left because this place was dirty and they did off the wall things. I don't think there was a professional in the place. She said, I'm out of here. And she left. She left. And it's so beautiful to see. And recently he had a pair of special glasses made so that he can see better. And he is just a beautiful soul. He loves everybody. And his name is Jeffrey. And one of these days, I'm going to take this laptop over there and he's going to sit right beside me and he's going to tell his story because it is a miracle, really. His story is a miracle because when you're an infant and you go through surgery like that, the chances of survival are very low. But you see, God said that he is going to live because one day he's going to be a witness, and he is, and I think that I just love him to pieces. He's so sweet, and he just go over there and he just loves on a person. He's just as sweet as he can be. And like I said, my relatives are far and in between, and his sister is distant from him. She never comes and she's that way with her mother. So he does have a brother that lives just a stone throw from me. And he goes, it's good to have a sister. And I said, I will be your sister and we'll just love each other. And look what a blessing that was. His own sister does not even come to see him. So naturally, God sends me over there, and it was something that he always wanted was a sister. So here I am, and there I went. So that just goes to show you do not have to be born into a family to be in their family. You really don't. But that was something that, and I know that sounds horrible, but his sister will not come around. But he has me. And that has been something that he has prayed for. And it just made him so happy. And yes, Angie, that happens more than not. It really does. Excuse me. Yeah, he just loves me to death, and I love him, and I love, it's like, I know anytime that I need to talk to somebody that I can call her and vice versa. She's got some really shady family members. Right now, she's got someone keeping her away from her brother. You know why she's doing it? Because she knows the truth. Keeping her away from her own brother. And it's wrong. Her brother has dementia, and he has what they call sundowners, where the best time to speak with him is during the day because at night he can't remember. They have his ex-wife over there with him, and she's the one that slept with a hammer in her bed. And I'm like, what is she doing over there? She drinks. And there he had an accident not too long ago where he had a hit to his head. And she wants to keep this, her brother's daughter wants to keep her away from her brother because she knows the truth. Isn't that pathetic? That's how families are. One gets mad at the other. You've got an elderly parent or someone with dementia. And if you don't dance to their tune, they won't let you come around them. That's ridiculous, going through dementia and sundown syndrome. Yes, Angie, and we'll be praying for you because that's hard to watch. Because you see this person as they were very, very smart, very brilliant, and all of a sudden they can't remember, and it does change them, and it's really heartbreaking to see that transformation. My mother-in-law had that, and he's 83, and they do have medication to slow it down, but look at the side effects to it. And it's really sad to see the decline of a parent and stuff like that. And we'll be praying for you, Angie. And I know that hurts so bad to see that. I know it hurts. You see this person, you always remember your loving dad and how smart he was. And then you begin to see this decline, and it's really hard to see that. Dementia is so hard. My mom has it, and I'm her caregiver now. Yes, Carol. So you're caring for your mom with dementia. And the thing of it is, people with dementia a lot of times cannot be left unsupervised because I was a caregiver for 9 years, and this one lady had a sister with dementia, and she wanted her to spend the night. Well, they had to put a bell on the door because this lady would leave and wander out, and no telling what happened to her. And yes, Josie's as sharp as a tack. She really is. And her sister had dementia, and she wanted to spend the night. And they had to put a bell on the door so that if she got out, and one night she did get out, and there she rang the doorbell, and there her sister was standing there with a blanket and some kind of snack cake. And her sister opened the door. She goes, "You got locked out, didn't you?" And she goes, "Yeah." So she got her back in, and she knew that she was going to have a device to keep her from wandering off. The caregiver is the hardest job. I've been there too. Yeah, it's really hard. She got mad today because she didn't want a bath, so she said she was going to run away. Yeah, and normally, your mom's probably not like that, and that is what they do. They get sometimes they get defiant, they get really angry, and it's really hard to watch that. It's just heartbreaking, and my prayers and love go out to anyone that is dealing with that. I have lots of stories behind it. Yeah, Josie could probably tell you a few good ones out of what she's experienced. But Carol, we will be praying for you as well. Hang in there. It's not easy because people with dementia sometimes do get combative. And it's just so hard to, you feel like crying, but you don't want to because you don't want them to see it. But it's hard. But it really is, being in the nursing field and the caregiving field. Yeah, bless your heart, Carol. I love you, sweetheart. I know how hard that is. They become very submissive, and others get very, oh, yeah, they get, and it comes out of nowhere sometimes, and you're like, what did I do? But it's just part of the deteriorating. Their mind is deteriorating, and that's one of the, you know, just like cancer. My hope for the future is that they come up with a cure for cancer, but you know what? They're going to halt it because look at the money they're making. For sure, I say write a book, I'd be many inches thick. And it's sad because look at the money that they make from people having chemo, all the surgeries. And I would like to see that. If we can put a man on the moon, then somebody could, but then you got side effects to it. It's just so crazy and it's so sad. And, to see that person declining that used to be so, had such their mind, they was really sharp, but we'll be praying for you guys because it's definitely very trying when you have a parent or grandparent like that you're caring for. Because number one, you're afraid that what if they get into something, or what if they wander out and something happens to them, and it's just really sad. They will never have a cure. It's not cost. Oh yeah, Josie, we know about the cost and these drug companies. There's been a cure for cancer for years. You are right. Too much money would be not be lining pockets. Yes. And here's another thing. You know, you've got, it's just crazy the cost of medication. And when an older person has to decide between their medication and food, there's something wrong with that. It's really sad. I say make these young people on assistance get out there and work a job, provide daycare for them, and make them work. Make them work. Take care of these older people that have been through the mill, that need their medicine, and they go to the drugstore and they see the price on the register and they just can't afford it. It's really sad. It really is. You know, so, but, I pray for anyone in the chat that's going through something, whether it be family wise or otherwise. This life is really hard, and we need to pray for one another. And it says in the Bible, pray without ceasing. And sometimes we have to pray all the time when we're out there in the world because this world is different and things are not going to get better, but we have the hope that one day Jesus is coming back and we're all going to be with him in his kingdom. And that is the thing that we have to hang on to. Is it hard? You bet it's hard. But we all have hope in that one word, faith. That's the thing that a lot of people, some people do not believe in what they cannot see. but you have to have that faith because at the end of the day, that's really all that we have, that and God, because God is the author of all things, and we have to remember that. And when we get attacked by people, which is orchestrated by Satan, we have to put that armor on because I tell you, he comes at you hard. It says in the Bible that Satan comes with great fury because he knows his time is short. And he will come at you and he will ride you night and day. Pharmaceutical donate millions to Washington and they control. Isn't that awful that you have people out there that need things and somebody is always greed, like my father-in-law said, that's greed. And it's so sad. I take a medication that was over $600 a month, and if James Insurance pays for it, and that is a blessing that I cannot take it for granted. Yes, Angie, that is really a blessing. My husband has really good insurance, and I'm healthy. I don't even have high blood pressure. I've got hypoglycemia, which is low blood sugar, but I don't have high blood pressure or anything. But yes, if it were not for the insurance, I think we have Blue Cross and Blue Shield. It would be devastating to someone's pocket. And like Angie, she has medication that she has to take to live, I'm sure, that, that a lot of people, but a lot of people don't have those deep pockets. So many people don't know the truth and what happened behind the pink ribbon campaign, how it came about, and how the rich keep getting richer, and that pink ribbon does nothing for those with cancer. I know, that's awful. There have been many people with breast cancer. My adopted mother was one of them. And everybody's all on the bandwagon, but do we really know where that money's going? I know one thing, you get money in front of some people, but just like your humane societies and that commercial you see on TV about pets, the ACP, whatever that is, they tell you it's best to donate to your local shelter because you don't know where your money's going in the first place. And there's somebody, the head honcho's getting all the proceeds. Yeah, they're wearing colored glasses because there's people in high places that's controlling everything. And there will be no justice in this world until Jesus comes back. And he will right all the wrongs and everything. I don't know, it's just crazy. And the truth is an endangered species. Some people wouldn't tell the truth if it was the next best answer. I am very truthful. If I know something about something, then I know it's the truth because I'm not a perpetuator of gossip. If I know it, if I see it with my own eyes, I'm going to go to them and tell them about it because, you don't want it coming through another avenue. But it's so bad out there. They got to answer for it. Yes, Brian, they do have to answer for it one day. And when they stand before God and he says, "Depart from me, I know you not," and sends you off to who your master really is, they'll get it. They can say, "Well, it wasn't me." Well, God keeps very accurate records. I tried calling my insurance today and misdialed by one number, and I was almost a scam victim. Oh, no. So glad I realized it before giving out too much information. Oh, my God, Carol. Right now, my adopted someone is trying so hard to steal her Humana insurance information. They sent a lady there. She had bobby pins all hanging out of her hair, and she looked like she slept in her clothes. And she comes in there with this little tablet, and she's looking for She goes, ma'am, I can't find your information. She goes, now wait a minute. She goes, I'm in that system and have been in there. So she's suspicious. So she calls Humana, and I'll be a monkey's uncle. This person was a representative for Humana, had her hair all fallen down, bobby pins hanging out, clothes looked like she slept in it, come in telling that her husband's running around on her. What did that have to do with why she was there? And she was a Humana employee, so my adopted mom got a letter saying, yeah, she was one of our employees, and she got lectured on how to conduct herself and the proper dress code. My goodness. Doctor told me not to think about walking again, and I beat that. Yeah, see, Brian, right there. That is called a God's intervention. They told Brian he wouldn't walk anymore, but I know Brian's faith, and I know God healed him. These doctors don't know it all. And you mention God, and they look at you like, who's that? Trying to stand today, going to be away. But, these doctors do not know it all. Will they put you on a bunch of medicine? You bet they will. And there are some people that need to be on medication. I'm not saying medication's bad because, it was a miracle. Thank you, Brian, for bringing that up. It was a miracle. And I know Brian believes, and I can tell it was a miracle. Yes, each day, my analogy is God gives us a new day so that we may live it better than the last one, and never give up. Just don't give up. Great things are accomplished by those who simply refuse to give up. And that's so true. And I know there's times where we feel down, and that depression comes in, and we feel like no one cares, and I'm in this position, but there are people that do care. There really are. Yeah, Brian, he knows that was definitely a miracle, Brian, when the doctors write you off, but the best doctor that I know is God. The best physician out there is God. And he will take care of you, but you can't be discouraged. You can't lose faith and think, well, where's God at now? Why am I going through this? Well, let me tell you something. Maybe you haven't taken that to God, because you can't depend upon man, because they'll either screw you over or lie to you. And, God is not responsible for all the bad luck in people's life. Now, I want that to be known. He is not, a lot of times people, well, if God loved me, well, why is this happening? Let me tell you, everyone has trials and tribulations. The ones that cry the most are the ones that have been cruel to people, have mistreated people, and their karma came back, and that karma is God. He don't like ugly. God knows his children. He knows his sheep. And that's why if you go to God, you better be on the up and up, and don't be doing it, because he knows your heart. He knows all of our hearts. And you better be sincere, because that'll put you in line for trouble. Put into our life and taken away from our life. Yes, sometimes it happens. But you know what, guys and gals? If you question the bad things in your life, wouldn't you have to question the good things as well? It's like that, God didn't say life down here was going to be easy, and we go through things, and our faith is tested daily. We are tested daily to see whether we're going to pray about it, or are we going to seek revenge and try to get even. That's why that's going to be a very interesting video on the power of forgiveness. That's going to be awesome, because that subject can go so many avenues, you know. That's how the Bible is. One subject in the Bible can go from one to another because the Bible is relevant to our lives, whether we want to admit it or not. I mean, like they say, the Bible is the most read and the least understood. And, you know, there's a lot of good information in the Bible, and Revelation scares them the most. You can't read the Bible and leave out one chapter because it doesn't make sense. So, but anyway, it was so good to see everyone come in. We always have a very interesting conversation with me. I'm the person of many conversations. I've always been like that. I so appreciate each and every one of you. You have a beautiful afternoon, and the next time you see me will be on my new channel. I hope you guys all come in because it's going to be a lot of information. I'm not saying I know everything, but we'll learn together. And there is that link. I love all of you, and have a great night. I'll see you guys later. Love you guys. Thank you.